Hey guys, Gary here with Piedmont Fishing. Went out and did a little kayak fishing yesterday, Monday, I guess it was June 8th. Went to Lake Hickory and went out, any of you familiar with it, a place called Gunpowder Cove. Went to the back of Gunpowder, got back there mainly to stay away from the boats. I was probably fishing in the area where there's a big flat area back in there where it's about 5-6 feet deep, most of it back in there. And I stayed back in there because the wakeboard boats, they like to come back in there and pull a wave. It looks like something that should be out in the ocean. But I go back where it's about 5 or 6 feet deep, and they won't come back there because they'll end up tearing the prop off the bottom of their boat if they do. So sometimes there's not as many fish back in there, but you usually catch a few. So decided to do a little trolling, see what I could catch. Doing that, the water temperature is up to about 85 back in there. It's a lot warmer than I thought it would be. So I don't know if it's the best time of year to do that back there. And I figured I would try a few baits I hadn't tried in a while and see how they do and see if I could catch fish. And ones I started with, I'll show you. I started with these little, it's called a Strike King Bitsy Minnow. I fished several different colors. I fished this one. I fished that color. And fished the Sexy Shad there. Fished them all. I probably fished those for probably about 30 or 45 minutes. Trolled them along different speeds, marking fish, didn't get a bite. So I thought, well, I'm gonna change up, try something else. So what I did then is went to a different lure I hadn't tried in a while, I don't even think I've tried them at all. I've had them in my tackle box, and I was kind of limited to lures that I could run shallow, because if not, I'd be hanging up on the bottom all day. So I switched over and went to this one. It's a Rapala. Yeah, I guess Rapala Scatter Wrap. It's kind of got a weird bill in the front, and when it comes through the water, it'll kind of dart one way and the other, kind of do some erratic action. And I trolled those for a while. Trolled this color, which I think might be a gizzard shad color, I think's the name of it. And then I trolled their Sexy Shad color. Gizzard shad didn't catch nothing. I thought it would because there's a lot of shad back in that area where I was trolling, but didn't get a bite, not even a nibble on it. The Sexy Shad one, I did catch a few white perch. Might have caught one crappie, I don't know. I'll put the fishing video up behind. Like I said, I only caught like maybe 4 crappie and 4 white perch, the whole evening. I only fished about 2 hours. But they all bit the Sexy Shad color. So when they started hitting it, I thought, put something else on that color. So I put on the other rod, I put this one. It's the Dynamic HD Trout. I use them a lot for trout fishing. They're good for trout fishing. And I put it on and ran it out there, and then I think I caught every one of the crappie on this one. I think I caught the white perch, maybe a white perch or 2 on this one too. But it's a killer little lure. I think if I'd have put it on earlier in the day, if I'd have started with it, I probably could have caught more fish than what I did. But that's the one they wanted. They wanted that color. I even switched out the Scatter Wrap after a while and put a plain silver and black Dynamic HD Trout on, and didn't get a fish on it. So they were wanting the Sexy Shad color for some reason. Caught one pretty nice crappie, about 13.5 incher, and then another one. It might have went, I didn't measure it, it might have went maybe 11 and then a smaller one was probably around 8. Might have caught one more smaller one. I can't remember. But you can watch the video. I'll put all the fish that I think I got them all on film that I caught, so I'll put them all on there. Trolling along. I started off trolling slow, about 1.4, and then I started picking it up, and they seemed to want it a little faster. They seemed to want it between 2 and 2.5. Don't know why. Usually, for me, back in there trolling crankbaits, it's usually that 1.4 mile per hour range. It's the best, but that day they were wanting it a little faster. So that's a little bit about the trip. And what I used, I just used spinning rods with 6-pound test mono line tied directly to them. I didn't put a clip or anything. And that's about it. Just trolled them along, and I wasn't marking a whole lot of fish. Didn't mark any big schools. Everything I marked was scattered. There were no big schools at all, but there was a fish here and there, and I can't really say I caught any of the ones that I marked because I wasn't marking enough to really put that together. So, but anyway, I'll show you the video now, and if you like it, please like and subscribe. And I'm going to do a couple more trolling videos here in the next couple weeks. I'll try some different crankbaits and stuff, and see how they do, and we'll go from there and see which ones work, which ones don't. And I'll give these other ones another chance some other time, some other lake maybe. Lake Hickory's, to me, is not the best fishing lake in the world. It's decent at times, and then decent at best, I'd say. There's better lakes. Tennessee, South Carolina, those are my 2 favorite states to fish in. I just don't get to go down there enough. So, but Hickory's close to the house. I can be there in 10 minutes and in the water, so I go there quite a bit, and caught some decent fish there this year, but nothing to brag about. But anyway, hope you liked the video. If you do, like and subscribe, and we'll do some more. Thank you.